Cole, driving the number 94 from Oakdale, Connecticut, Jack Aquilina. Outside of him, from Ashaway, Rhode Island, it's the number 21 of Kyle James. Inside row number 2, driving the 53 from Uncasville, Connecticut, it's Phil Evans. And working to his right, driving the 51, Affordable Plumbing, Big A Auto Parts of North Branford, bring us Ivoryton, Connecticut's Mark Panarone. On the inside of row number 3, driving the Zero Machine, RTG Carpentry, The Paint Shop, A&A Auto Parts, Clinton Steel, Astro Steel Product Manufacturing, it's Clinton, Connecticut's Bo Norman. 6th starting spot belongs to the number 9, and that is Brad Caddick out of New London, Connecticut. Inside 4th row will be the number 91 machine, that is Niantic, Connecticut's Chris Williams. And hanging out next to him, TPI Electrical, East of the Sun Construction, it's Norwich, Connecticut's Ben Bargnesi. 9th starter belongs to number 18, Larry's Auto Machine, Madison Auto Body, Chester Bottle Shop, Shore TV and Appliances, Angela, Dick, and Jeff Berman, Hayes Custom Cycle, Meineke, Deep River Hardware, Kristen's, Deep River Pizza, St. Pierre Builders, sponsor 2-time defending track champion, the number 18 of Deep River, Connecticut's Danny Field. And going off next to him, driving the number 11, it is Ken Cassidy Jr. from Lisbon, Connecticut. They'll come off turn number 4 and get ready to unleash. They await the right hand. Green flag is in the air, and we're underway. And Kyle James looks to scoot around the outside of Aquilina, but Aquilina says nothing doing. He'll grab the lead as they go down the backstretch. Now Jeff Miller takes up the challenge on Kyle James as he goes to the inside of the 21 machine. Behind them, Bo Norman and Mark Panarone battle with Chris Williams sitting in the 6th spot. Aquilina has cleared the field. Now Evans looks to get the 2nd spot, and he will do so off turn 2. Bo Norman and Kyle James battle for the 3rd spot. James holding on to it as they race into turn number 3. They touch off turn 4, but it is the 21 able to hold on to the 3rd spot. Battle for the lead. Phil Evans has moved to the inside of Jack Aquilina and has moved out in front by inches, with Aquilina hanging on as they go into turn number 3. Those two cars side by side off turn number 4. Miller slips a bit. Now he has the lead. It's Aquilina 2nd, James 3rd, and a tremendous battle for the 5th spot as Danny Field has worked his way all the way up to the back of the pack, and he battles Chris Williams and the 0 of Bo Norman down the backstretch with Joe Godbout in tow, with that battle raging as they come off turn number 3. Aquilina in trouble as he slides up the track. Further back, Nate Appel and Chuck Rogers slam the wall in turn 3, and yellow falls on the speedway. Right hand of Jimmy Warner to give them the green flag. Field bunching up. Green is in the air, and it is Evans with the lead by inches in turn number 1. Aquilina looking to hang on. James now looks to slither underneath the 94 of Aquilina as they go down the backstretch as Evans pulls away. It is James to the inside of the red 94 of Jack Aquilina. A jam up behind them featuring Chris Williams, Bo Norman, Danny Field, and Joe Godbout. But in the relative safety of the lead, it's the 53 of Evans. Aquilina now sits 2nd. The 21 of James and Williams battle for the 3rd spot. It is Williams with that advantage as they go into 3. They come off turn 4. Now James will move to the 4th spot. That allows Joe Godbout to run to the inside of James as they race into turn 1 with Ken Cassidy in tow. The 83 of Chris Lee is on the infield, and he'll pull to the safety as they come off turn number 4. It is Phil Evans with the lead.
The best battle is for 2nd, as here comes the 91 of Williams trying to claw his way underneath the 94 of Aquilina, and he pulls it off. Maybe the fastest car on the track right now is Joe Godbout. He tries to dart his way underneath the 91. Godbout in a hurry in car number 37. Phil Evans, the one thing he does not want to see is gold come out of the speedway, because it looks like he has things under control as storming into 2nd is Joe Godbout the 3rd. Now focus in on the 11 car, Ken Cassidy. With Williams trapped on the outside, Cassidy has an opening, and he is just going to blast his way into the top 3. So Williams cannot hang on. It is Cassidy in 3rd, and now the wild man starting to make his presence felt. That is Danny Field in car number 18, as he has infiltrated the top 5. Randy Churchill trying to move up on the inside. against Jack Aquilina. And here comes Danny Field, making a bold, aggressive, strong move underneath Chris Williams and Danny Field. Maybe he didn't like the way his car worked 2 weeks ago, but he has to be impressed with the move he just made against Chris Williams. Things are tightening up at the front of the field. Godbout, an aggressive Tasmanian devil move down low against Evans. They touch, they make contact, they touch again. And we have a new leader with 8 laps to go. It's Joe Godbout trying for 2 in a row. But the KG Phil Evans, Flying Phil, trying to retaliate. Yellow is out, as the car is stranded between turns of 2 and 3. This might be the best chance he has to get by Joe Godbout. They rampage across the line. Godbout in control. Can he stay there? Here comes Evans on the outside. Evans within handshaking distance as they go into turn 3. Cassidy is right there. Churchill and Williams make it a fivesome. So the top 5 could fit in a gumball machine as they head into turn 1. Godbout trying to pull away. It won't be easy because here comes Ken Cassidy Jr. He's got it dialed in on the inside. Evans is on the outside. A double barrel threat to try as Soup Savardi is in trouble. As that car crawls on the bottom of the track, it is gasping and sneezing. And trouble is a 29 car loses control as it winds up on the grass. Let's see if it brings out the yellow. Joe Godbout is hoping it doesn't. Jim Warner scrutinizing the field. He turns them loose. Good getaway for Godbout. As Godbout, like he was fired from a grenade launcher. Here comes Evans, making things interesting. Evans has got a good run. Firepower on the outside groove. Great battle for 3rd and 4th between Cassidy and Churchill. They swoop off the corner. Godbout has a slender lead with 5 to go. Cassidy getting momentum on the bottom. Churchill a factor. Now a little bit of separation between Godbout and Evans. And Evans has a concern. His name is Ken Cassidy. Williams in the top 5, followed by Barnesi. Good run for Bo Norman in the 0. And so the same for Andrew Becker in car number 17. The battle intensifies for 2nd. Pulling away is Ken Cassidy. So Evans is trapped on the outside. He is in the twilight zone. And here comes Cassidy cranking it up into 2nd. Churchill trying to follow him into the top 3. Godbout, can lightning strike again? He's starting to stretch it out over Ken Cassidy. Down to the final 2 laps. Godbout, as he trouble for Evans, as he loses the handling of that car, and also caught up in it is the 3, the 0 of Norman. Also, Ian Brew is involved. Caution with 2 laps to go.
Thomas is getting ready to build off turn number 4. Green flag in the air. Godbout and Cassidy drag race to turn number 1. It is Godbout by inches, but Cassidy hanging on for dear life as they go down the backstretch off turn number 2. Now it is Cassidy who edges out in front as they go into 3. White flag in the air. Churchill right behind. Those 2 cars tied side by side off turn number 4. Cassidy and Godbout, they touch in turn number 1 with Churchill right on the back bumper. Off turn 2, Godbout with a slight advantage as they race into 3. Churchill looks to make it 3 wide, but it'll be Godbout, Churchill, Cassidy. Godbout slides. It is it is Cassidy will grab the win. Churchill will slide underneath for 2nd, and the 37 will finish in 3rd of Joe Godbout. The 91, of Chris Williams.
This driver was determined to start the season on a high note. He has done so tonight. He has climbed out of the race car to celebrate Ken Cassidy Jr. Well, Ken, what magic did you have in those final 2 laps?
I just had to go for it. I mean, he didn't give me an inch last week, so I wasn't giving him none this week.
And it looked like the outside advantage worked for you.
I love the outside, man. It's awesome. I got to thank all the sponsors, G. Smith Construction, Treats Pools and Spa, everybody that helps me out, Tarkin Building Solutions, Treats Pools, Billy and Dawn. I mean, I can't think of everybody. I'd like to thank them all.
So you did well for 20 laps, but it's a long season. Can you keep this car this good until September?
I hope so. If we can keep doing this, we'll be where we want to be at the end.
So that's a word from our mini stock winner tonight, the driver of car number 11, Ken Cassidy Jr. And Gary, we had some great finishes in the heat races tonight, but this was an eye-opener, the finish in our 20 lap.